So this is my Harrison M300 lathe. I am using a Tico L510S inverter to power it off 240. Made up a little bracket to actually fit it inside the main control housing of the lathe, as I didn't like the idea of just wires hanging down with nothing to really hold them in there if they get pulled. I had to remove that control board from the actual control box in order to fit it in, and it's now redundant. It all runs off this. So that's the mains 240 coming in. That's 243 phase coming out. It comes up to this little chocolate block here, where it goes up to power the main motor, and through this switch it will also power the suds pump round the back. I am aware that the suds pump won't run without the main motor running, but I can't really see a need for coolant without that happening anyway. This is the set of switches that are operated by the forward and reverse lever. I just used a multimeter to work out which connections were made when it was running in forward and reverse, and I took a common from the low volt side of my inverter up to power both the switches, and these two cables go to the controls S1 and S2 for forward and reverse. Can't actually remember which is which when I worked it out, but it works fine like that now. I leave it running on 50 Hertz. I just use the gearbox. I keep this closed all the time, and it works perfectly adequately. I've managed to wire the brake emergency shut-off into it as well. There's another connection for the emergency shut-off, which I think looks like S4 or S5 on this one. All I had to do to make that work was turn this switch upside down so that it becomes a normally open as opposed to a normally closed switch. And how it operates is it actually sends the braking signal to the inverter, and the inverter breaks it to stop